and welcome to my TV show on the YouTube network with a potential audience of over 2 billion people. Coming to you live from the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, where I am peacefully protesting and advocating for the homeless here in Santa Monica and in Los Angeles County and in California and the whole US of A, the whole wide world if we could do something about it. But we have to start somewhere, so we might as well start right where we are, right here in Santa Monica, California. Because, you know, there's a lot of bad things going on all around the world, and we got to work towards a better day, but we can't fix everything all around the world all at once. You got to start from where you are. And try and bring a little peace to right where you are. Try to help lift up human rights right where you live. And then hopefully we can spread it around a little better all around the world. But we need to make things better right where we live. When will we see that day of peace? When will that day of peace appear? We'll keep waiting by and by for it to fall out of the sky, but we better work on peace on earth down here. When will we see that day of peace? When will that day of peace arrive? We'll keep looking for the day when the clouds all roll away, but we better work on peace on earth to help our children survive. Peace, oh peace. Peace. Let's stand up and work for peace. When will we see that day of peace? When will that day of peace appear? We'll keep looking for nirvana, but I think we just might wanna work on peace on earth down here. Peace, whoa, peace. Peace, let's stand up and work for peace. When will we see that day of peace? When will that day of peace appear? We can ask the universe to get rid of this war curse, but we better work on peace on earth down here. Hey Clark, hey Nehan, good to see you. Peace, whoa, peace. Peace, let's stand up and work for peace. One more time, here we go. When will we see that day of peace? When will that day of peace appear? We'll keep waiting by and by for it to fall out of the sky, but we better work on peace on earth down here. We'll keep looking for the day when the clouds all roll away, but we better work on peace on earth. We better work on peace on earth. We better work on peace on earth down here. Woo! That's right, we got to keep working towards a better day for everybody, because we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten there right here in Santa Monica, California. We haven't gotten there in California State. We haven't gotten there in the USA, and we certainly haven't gotten there in the world. We need to keep working towards a better day for everybody and not give up. Don't give up and say, oh, we can't do anything. It's all out of our hands. Nobody, we got a dictator, authoritarian leader in power, and we can't do anything good for the human beings here. No, we can. We can keep working on a better day. We can keep speaking out. We can, instead of just spreading hate, I'm hearing too many people call the ICE agents Gestapo. I don't think you understand what Gestapo really was. I mean, if they were the Gestapo, we should all rise up and overtake this government, if that was the case. But it is not. And we need to stop using these hate-filled words that are just going to incite hate and violence. We need to be working within the legal realms. We need to be putting up more legal options for people here in California, here in Los Angeles County. We need to keep spending money on setting up legal options for people who are going through these processes. And we need to help them as they go through them, so that if they're not violent criminals, we don't want them to be deported just because they've been here being used for their labor and not been given their rights. And we need to keep working towards finding some legal avenues for that. But don't try to just spread hate and violence towards these federal officers, because that's not the way it's going to work. I mean, the police here in Santa Monica and here in Los Angeles aren't going to overthrow the ICE agents, so we need to stop talking like they have an option of doing that. We need to stand up for people's rights, and we need to keep speaking out and finding legal options. And our leaders need to find some other avenues like boycotts and work stoppages and strikes. If you really want to make things change, you have to go through the legal processes. And we have those legal things that are options. We have boycotts that are options. We need leaders, you dropped a little something, Enoch. We need leaders who can figure out what boycotts would actually work and help these people that are being hurt and that are being unfairly picked out. We need to find strikes that can help these people. We need to find more legal avenues to help these people that are being picked out and picked on because they don't have a big voice and because they've been used for generations. We know that here in California and all around the country. People have been used for their labor for generations, and they haven't been given their rights. That's right. Woody Guthrie wrote a song there just called Deportees. I'm going to learn that soon. But he wrote that song a long time ago, back in the 1940s or 50s. And, you know, it's been going on for generations where they have been using people for their labor, but they didn't want to give them their rights because then they might have to pay them a living wage. That's right. Even when Cesar Chavez was starting a union here in California, starting a farm workers union, all of these farmers, they brought more labor in from other countries to undermine the union that Cesar Chavez was starting here in California, here in the United States. They didn't want to give anybody rights. They didn't want to give these farm workers rights. So they kept bringing in more people, and they didn't want to give those people any rights either. And it's been going on for generations. People being used for their labor and not been given their rights. And we need to stand up for these people. But we don't need to incite violence or hate. We need to work through legal channels and try to find ways to help these people. Find boycotts. That's what Cesar Chavez did boycotts. Find strikes. Find effective ways to strike to change the way these people are doing things. Find effective ways to put legal processes in place so that we slow down the whole process. You know, this new, bigger, uglier bully bill that they just passed, they had $46 billion for deportation detention centers. That's right, $46 billion. And you know, a lot of people are going to be making profits off of some of those deportation detention centers. And we need to keep speaking out and keep finding ways to boycott businesses that take advantage of workers and that haven't been giving them their rights. We need to hold those businesses that have been using undocumented labor for generations, hold them responsible to help these people find a pathway to citizenship. That's right. But don't keep speaking out hatred and inciting violence. Use legal ways and use other means, boycotts and strikes and sit-downs, peaceful protest. We don't need anybody committing violence against federal authorities. That's not the way to change things. That's only going to put more people in prison. And that's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to put more people in jail because we have the largest incarceration population in the whole world. That's right, United States of America, we have the largest incarceration population of the whole wide world. And many of these states still have for-profit prisons. California, we're getting rid of for-profit prisons in 2028. By 2028, there should be no more for-profit prisons. There should be nobody making a profit off of society's failure, off of society's failures. We need to spend more money on education so we spend less money on incarceration. We need to be making it easier for people to find a pathway to citizenship who have been here for generations and been used for their labor, instead of just trying to push all the poor people out while we try to sell rich people gold cards. That's right. Trump has a gold card plan. He wants to sell gold card visas to people for $5 million. If you have $5 million, you can step right into the USA Today. That's what he wants to do. I hope that program doesn't go through, but that's what he's intending. He says, get your gold card today. Step right into the US of A. No need to stand in line. $5 million will do just fine. Forget you're tired, forget you're poor. Just send your rich through our front door. We don't care about human rights when making money is in our sights. Get your gold card today. Step right into the US of A. That's right, that's what he wants to do. And many people, they just want to have rich people here that they can make money. You know, there's so many people who believe that just making money is the most important thing in this country. There's so many people who believe that we should have poor people, make it harder for poor people to live until they work jobs that don't give them a living wage. That's right, that's part of this bigger, uglier bully bill. This bigger, uglier bully bill is going to knock a lot of poor people off of Medicaid health insurance. That's right. They want to make it harder for poor people to have health insurance instead of easier. When we have more and more jobs going to artificial intelligence and robots, instead of making it easier for human beings to survive, they want to make it harder for poor people, and they want to have more control over the poor, keep pushing them into jobs that don't pay a living wage, keep pushing people out into the streets, living and sleeping on the streets. That's what so many people want to do. There's a lot of people who want to do that right here in California. That's why the governor here stood with the Trump's ultra-conservative Supreme Court in Grants Pass versus Johnson. He said, give me the power to criminalize homelessness so I can clean up the streets. That's what he told the ultra-conservative Supreme Court, and sided with them in Grants Pass versus Johnson. At the same time, he's saying, I want to help build affordable housing. Where's the housing, Governor Newsom? We gave you $24 billion. $24 billion. Where's the affordable housing? How much progress have you made in helping get the poor people off the streets? There are too many people who want to blame the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless, when the government has been very much a part of putting these poor people in the streets. Where were you, Governor Newsom, when we had the repeal of Prop 13 on the ballot? Where were you? Why didn't we repeal Prop 13 and make it easier for poor people to be able to afford property while rich people... You know, ever since Prop 13, 1978, the rich have been able to hold on to property more easily, and the poor people have had a harder time of getting any. And that has raised rents and raised the price of property all around this country. We gotta prop up our property values. That's what so many people say. When we talk about building affordable housing, they say, we'd like to help, but we gotta prop up our property values so we can have more money. That's what so many people here in California have been saying for generations. They've been saying, we want to help these poor people, but we want to help them somewhere else. That's what they say here in Santa Monica. Every time they start to build affordable housing units, you have people, neighborhood groups saying, oh, we want to help these people, but we can't have them in our neighborhood. It'll bring down our property values. We need some people that really care about making a positive change in this country. We need to show, here in California, we need to show the rest of the country that there is a difference, that there can be a difference, that government can make a difference in people's lives and help lift people out of poverty. The government can make a difference in people's lives and help people survive after they become citizens in this country. That we can have a living wage here in California, and that everybody can have a decent place to live, food to eat, and good quality health care. And a good public education. Governor Newsom, you want to make things better right now in California? Spend more money on education. Spend more money on education. Spend less money on incarceration. Spend more money on education. Spend less money on incarceration. Spend more money on education. Spend less money on incarceration. That's right. We are ranked 20th in spending on public education here in California. That's right. We're the 4th largest economy of the whole wide world, and we are ranked 40th in spending on public education. That's a shame. There's no reason for that. We're ranked 20th, we're ranked 20th in spending. We're ranked 40th in outcome of public education in this country. That's right. One more time. We are ranked 20th in spending throughout the United States in spending on public education, and we are ranked 40th in outcome of public education. That's a shame, California. Governor Newsom, you want to show that you want to help the poor and want to help lift people out of poverty and make things better, and show the rest of the country that there is a difference between the conservatives and the progressives. You need to spend more money on education right away. And you need to spend more money on health care in California. You're going to have to pick up the funding for Medi-Cal and Medicaid here in California. You're going to have to spend more money to make sure that every poor person can have good quality health care. It was already underfunded in many places here in California. And it's already, the health care quality could certainly be better for the poor here in California. But we have a lot better health care for the poor than many states around this country. And we need to keep making it better to show people around this country that there can be a difference. The progressive government can make a difference in people's lives, can help lift people out of poverty and make things better. We have to show that. We can't just say, oh, we believe in a government that can work for people and then have the largest homeless population in the whole country. There's no reason for that. California, there's no reason for us to have the largest homeless population of anywhere in the whole country. We have plenty of empty buildings. Right here on this public promenade, we have plenty of buildings that are empty. You can buy some of these buildings and make community centers. Build some more affordable housing right here on this public promenade. How about that? I know nobody wants that. None of the business owners anyway. They'll fight against it. They sued the city of Santa Monica for tearing down a dilapidated parking structure and moving forward to build 122 units of affordable housing and housing for the homeless in this once dilapidated parking structure site. All of these business owners here on the promenade, they got together and they sued the city of Santa Monica. They said, no, you can't build affordable housing near our businesses. It'll be bad for our business. They don't care about the poor people. We need to show that government can make a difference right here in Santa Monica, right here in Los Angeles County, right here in California. We're living in California, the land of peace and love. Living in California, place the whole world's dreaming of. Living in California, everything's mostly okay. Living in California, another beautiful sunshine day. Ooh. Don't let the Trump get you in a slump. We'll get rid of his hump. We're gonna be all right. Get out there, get involved. Run for government. Peacefully protest. Use your voices, use your votes. We're in the land of surf and sand, movie stars, electric cars, and it's a beautiful Santa Monica night. We're living in California, with people of all kinds. Living in California, show out a little bit out of our minds. Ooh, living in California, things could be a whole lot worse. Living in California, rest of the country's moving in reverse. Ooh, living in California, everything's mostly alright. Living in California, having fun on the promenade tonight. Ooh. Now don't get me wrong, we got some great things going on here in California. California is the second most diverse state in the whole country. We got people from different backgrounds, different races, different religions, different ethnicities, different beliefs, different genders, all living together in virtual harmony. Hey. But everybody knows there's some things we need to be working on. That's right. California, we have the most billionaires of any state in the whole country. That's right. And we have the most homeless people of any state in the whole country. That ought to be a crime. There's no reason for so many people to be living in the streets while so many rich people are having space races. There's no reason for so few people to have so much when so many have nothing at all. We can do better than that, California. California, we're the 4th largest economy in the whole wide world. And we are ranked 20th in spending on public education. That's right. We're ranked 20th in spending on public education and 40th on the outcome of public education. That's just a shame. That's a shame, California. That ought to be a crime. When you spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. Spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. Spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. That's right. How you doing, Dave? Good to see you. How you doing, Bo? Things peaceful? Good day? Was it a good day? All right, good to hear. Yeah, we gotta get our leaders to stand up, and instead of talking about the how terrible the federal officers are, they need to find ways, boycotts, strikes, work stoppages. Find ways to combat these things without getting people worked up violently. We need leaders who will come up with solutions and not just try to incite hatred and fear among people. We got to keep working towards a better day for everybody. And that's why we need to work right here in California to lift up those who are living in poverty, to lift up those who are unhoused. We need to tell our leaders, spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. That's something you could do right now, Governor Newsom. Spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. Show people around the country that progressive government can work, that we can help lift people out of poverty. We need to spend more money on those low-income area schools, on services for those schools and programs for those schools, and helping the kids with stability in those neighborhoods. Spend more money on those low-income area schools until the rich people want to send their kids to those schools. Then you will know we have done enough. We're living in California, the land of peace and love. Living in California, place the whole world's dreaming of. Oh, they took one, David. They took one, it was broken. I'm living in California, Enoch and Marcus, I believe. I was living in California with people of all kinds. Living in California, sure I'll get a little bit out of our minds. Ooh, living in California, things could be a whole lot worse. Hey, I think you're going to be able to sit in that chair after they lock them up. Can you imagine that? Because it doesn't. They don't have a chair to stack on top of it. What do you know? I'm living in California. There's people of all kinds. Living in California. Sure, I'll get a little bit out of our minds. Ooh, living in California. Things could be a whole lot worse. Living in California, rest of the country's moving in reverse. Living in California, the place the whole world's dreaming of. Living living in California. Go out and spread some peace and love. Hey, 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 hey. All right, thank you, Dave. Good to see you. Good to see you, Bo. That's right, Santa Monica. Santa Monica, we need to show that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives, that there is a difference between progressive government and conservative government. That's right. You can't keep saying, well, we believe in progressive government that helps lift people out of poverty and makes things better for people when you're not helping your homeless population, when you're not helping your poor people stay in housing, when you're making things harder. And just as an update for you, Santa Monica, I signed up at your homeless outreach on the Civic Center parking lot on May 14th. I signed up with a caseworker once again. I signed up with a caseworker there that day, Sarai Thomas. She was supposed to be affiliated with People Concern, and so I signed up because People Concern is the one that's supposed to be able to get people on a waiting list for low-income housing for seniors. And that's what I am. I'm a low-income senior, and I've decided I'm 66 years old. I'll go ahead and sign up for the low-income housing here in Santa Monica. I've been living here long enough, off and on the streets and all around here. And so on May 14th, I signed up with that caseworker. She said she would get back to me and make sure I was on whatever lists I was suitable for. You know, a week or two went by and I called her and I emailed her and I didn't hear nothing back. That's right. And then I went to the People Concern here in Santa Monica, where they have a line of people sitting out on the sidewalk every day. I don't know what kind of services those people are getting. Maybe they hand them some sandwiches and they can pick up their mail, and sometimes they can shower, but they cannot have any storage. There's no storage for any homeless people here in Santa Monica. They have storage bins downtown that they can use. So these people, if they want to store a bag, they have to go all the way downtown to just store as little as a bag. Anyway, so I went to this People Concern, and I said, I signed up with this caseworker, and I haven't heard from her. And they said, well, let me look at, well, we don't have any record of it. I said, well, we'll have to go through the emails. I said, okay, you do that, and I'll follow up, because I want to see how you people here in Santa Monica are actually helping the homeless people in your city. What are you doing to help the people that are right here? That's what So another week or so went by, and I checked again, and still no record of me signing up with any caseworker, giving the caseworker all my documentation, and going through the whole process at this outreach they had, this homeless outreach that is going to help the people of Santa Monica on May 14th. Well, I stopped by there again today. Today is June 7th. July, thank you very much. Today is July, thank you very much. Today is July 7th, and I went to People Concern again today to check on my mail, and they actually had my mail for me, so that's a plus. That's not always a sure thing. But they had my mail, which is good because it was an updated driver's license, something that homeless people need. They need their documentation. Anyway, so I got that, and then I said, did you hear anything from my caseworker? And I told them her name, and I told them my name. No, still no record of me signing up with a caseworker. Oh my God. It's almost 2 months. I said, you people, you're supposed to be helping the poor and the homeless here in Santa Monica. How are you helping them if you can't even find any record? And they said, well, she's with the people concerned, but she's not with the people concerned here in Santa Monica. She's with the people concerned somewhere else. I said, well, why would Santa Monica have an outreach program for homeless people in Santa Monica if they're not going to have caseworkers that work with people in Santa Monica? I said, why would that be? How is that going to help me get on a list of old poor people in Santa Monica for Santa Monica housing? I'm telling you, Santa Monica, you're doing a terrible job of housing your homeless, and so far you're doing a better job of pushing people out of your city. Poor people. Okay, so I'm on this new committee, this Measure GS Oversight Committee, and we were supposed to have a meeting tonight. It was supposed to be our second meeting. We're supposed to be figuring out where all this tax money goes to help the homeless. They've got $22 million sitting in an account that could be helping homeless people and those trying to stay in housing. This was supposed to be our second meeting tonight, and it got canceled because we don't have enough members to keep a meeting going if anybody is absent. We're supposed to have 11 members. We only have 6. So if one person can't make it, you have to cancel the meeting. So Santa Monica, you are doing a terrible job of overseeing Measure GS at this point in time. I will say it clear. You need to step up and do a better job, Santa Monica. The one good thing you've done since this new city council has been elected, you at least took the law off of your books that would give citations to homeless people who were sleeping on the ground with a sleeping bag or a bedroll in a public place. At least you did that. You're not supposed to be able to give citations to poor people for sleeping on the streets with a sleeping bag or a bedroll. But they're still harassing the homeless people every which way around this city, pushing them down the road further and further, making them feel uncomfortable, instead of building affordable housing and helping people stay in housing. So far, Santa Monica, you've been doing a terrible job in helping lift up the poor and the homeless and showing that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives. You have failed so far, Santa Monica. You know, Franklin Delano Roosevelt said, the test of our progress is not whether we add to the abundance of those who have much. The test of our progress is whether we provide enough for those who have too little. So if that is the test, Santa Monica, you have been doing a terrible job. You get an F so far. And I hope people are talking about this, and I hope people are telling their leaders here in Santa Monica, you have to have more responsibility and take responsibility for the programs that are going on within your city, like People Concerned, like Step Up on Second, which I hear is that they have violence and it's just crazy over there from what I hear. for the people who actually do have a place to live over there. And you need more healthcare professionals to help people that are in these facilities, in these programs, and especially people with substance abuse disorders, because that's part of a disability covered by the Americans with Disabilities Act. And we need to make sure that we're helping these people in the situations that they're in. So instead of just pushing the poor people down the road and blaming the homeless for all of the problems, you need to be working towards solutions and helping lift people out of poverty. We have too many of our leaders blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless. Too many are saying, don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. They pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. They'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. They'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't live in your car. They'll find a way to ticket you no matter where you are. They'll say you're near a schoolyard or near a city park. They'll make you move your car all day and give you tickets while you're sleeping in the dark. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live in a yacht. Other rich folks wanna help you if they can. So they'll start a race to outer space to help their fellow man. We are going to build affordable housing up on Mars. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and sick. They'll put you in a hospital and spit you out real quick. They'll say you need to rest more and change the way you eat. But they ain't got no medicine to get you off of the streets. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live in a mansion. All the rich folks wanna help you if they could. So they'll take your tent and your bags and stuff and move them to another neighborhood. A little farther, a little farther, a little farther down the road would be good. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. They'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. They'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. They'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with all kinds of bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. That's right, homeless people. Just be rich. That's what so many people say. They say these homeless people just need to get a job. These homeless people need to get a job. That's all they need. Well, you know, even if these homeless people did have a job, they couldn't afford a place to live here in Los Angeles County, and certainly not here in Santa Monica, California. They couldn't afford a place to live here on a minimum wage or a low-paying job. not without government help, not without government subsidies. We need to help lift these people out of poverty and show them that they can live a decent life and have a decent life here in California, even right next to the beaches, right next to our public beaches. That's right, we have 800 miles of public beaches here in California, and mostly rich white people living next to those public beaches. Why is that? There's no reason for that. The rich people have just pushed the poor people farther out into the desert. And now that we're having a climate crisis and a housing crisis, we're going to need to build some more affordable housing by the oceans, by the ocean. Ocean. We only have one ocean here, but there's many oceans that are going to need to have housing built next to, because they found that here in California, especially with the Pacific Ocean being as cool as it is, that we are going to have more people living next to the ocean, because the air quality is going to be better and the temperature is going to be better for human beings. So we're going to need to build more affordable housing next to the ocean. So the rich people are going to have to find a little space for the poor people to live. And there's a lot of empty space next to our ocean here. It's just rich people own all the property. What we need to do is use eminent domain like they did when they built a lot of these coastal communities. Use the eminent domain to take the rich people's property and to build affordable housing on that property. That's right. Give them a fair market value. We'll give you a fair market value, and we'll let poor people have a decent place to live. How about that? You want to show that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives? Build affordable housing. Make sure that everybody can thrive and survive in this richest, most powerful country in the world. Show them that there is a difference, Jerry. There is a difference between progressive government and conservative government, and you ought to be able to see the difference. People ought to be able to see that California is housing its homeless population. They ought to be able to see that California is making sure that its healthcare system works for everybody. And they ought to be able to see that California spends more money on public education and that it can make a difference in people's lives. I'll keep going on about that public education. If we're ranked 20th in spending on public education, when we're the 4th largest economy of the whole wide world, that is a shame, shame, shame. That is right. We need to spend more money on education, so we spend less money on incarceration. Spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. Spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. That's right. We got to keep working at it, California. How you doing, Marcus?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good, thank you. I just updated I just updated all the possible 2 billion viewers here on my YouTube. I updated them on the progress of my caseworker sign up. I stopped by People Concerned today, and they said that caseworker, she's with People Concerned, but People Concerned somewhere else. I said, well, why would Santa Monica bring caseworkers from somewhere else to an outreach program for Santa Monica homeless people when I'm trying to get on the list for Santa Monica old people, poor old people list? That's right. Trying to get on the low-income elderly housing list. I just want to be on the list. I just want to see my name's on that list and make sure that I'm in line. I probably won't live long enough to see anything, but I just want to see them actually working. Anyway, so they still don't have any, they didn't have any idea why I wasn't on the list or why I wasn't on their program. Anyway, I talked with Sine over there at People Concerned, but there's a lot of problems all around with the housing and the homeless situation. I hear that Step Up on Second is having a lot of problems with different drug deals going on, and they need over at Step Up on Second, they need 24-hour security. They don't have security there at night for some reason. That seems like a bad time not to have security at Step Up on Second, where you have a lot of people with substance abuse disorders. You probably want the people to have security at night, because that's when people like to get out and dance and let loose a little bit, you know what I mean? So Santa Monica, if you have any control over some of these programs in your city, you might want to look at that. But we got to keep on dancing, keep on working towards a better day, and whatever holiday you got. All right, good to see you, Marcus. Peace. I'm going to be out of town for a few weeks. I'll see you. Oh, they canceled the Measure GS committee meeting that was supposed to be tonight also, because we don't have enough members. I sure hope you get on that committee. That'd be good. Yeah, I'll be taking off tomorrow night or so. Whatever feels right. I'll give it a chance to feel. Gonna go visit my mama. Mom. M is for the many things she gave me. O means only that she's growing old. T is for the tears she shed to save me. E is for her eyes. No, H. H is for her heart of purest gold. First, you got to learn to spell mother before you sing this song about mother. Let's try it again. M is for the many things she gave me. O means only that she's growing old. T is for the tears she shed to save me. H is for her heart of purest gold. E is for her eyes with love lights glowing. R means right, and that she'll always think she'll be. Put them all together, they spell mommy. A word that means the world to me. How you doing? Peace. M is for the many things she gave me. O means only that she's growing old. Growing? She's 91. I don't know how much more you grow old. T is for the tears she shed to save me. H is for her heart of purest gold. T is for the... okay, after H comes E, right? E is for her eyes with love lights glowing. R means right, and that she'll always think she'll be. Put them all together, they spell mommy. A word that means the world to me. Mom, hey mom. A word that means the world to me. Word that means the world. And I wrote this here song. I wrote this here song for my mom. Natalie, ain't nothing in this world you need to see. Don't find you some wild boy for you to follow. Just make yourself to home here in the holler. Natalie, Natalie, followed her. Natalie, Natalie, the hills of old Virginia echo me. Don't find you some wild boy for you to follow. Just make yourself to home here in the holler. In the green hills of Virginia, among church folks and kin, you grew up wading in the creek and playing hide and seek and building rock houses for your paper dollies and singing Rock of Ages cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee. Natalie, Natalie, followed her young man from sea to shining sea. She found her some wild boy for her to follow and left her humble home there in the holler. In the California sun, the journey just begun, with 3 young boys in tow and a wild young husband Joe. Sometimes she'd grab him by the collar, sometimes she'd just scream and holler. Hard times and rough roads ahead, she remembered what her daddy said. "Now, honey, sometimes it's sweet potato pie, sometimes it's root hog or die." Natalie, Natalie, ain't nothing in this world you need to see. Don't find you some wild boy for you to follow. Just make yourself to home here in the holler. In the 70s by the bay, the years just rocked away in the struggle to survive and keep 5 boys alive. She sure learned how to stretch a dollar. And they sang Rock of Ages cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee. Natalie, Natalie, had to pull up stakes and move her family. Alabama for a bit, sweet home Virginia didn't fit. Detroit was mostly gray and pain. Minnesota was okay, but the snow never went away. When finally came the thaw, they moved down to Arkansas. Joe and Nada on their own, the boys were up and grown. Sometimes she'd grab him by the collar and say, "Honey, thank you for taking me from the holler." Natalie, Natalie, ain't nothing in this world you need to see. Don't find you some wild boy for you to follow. Just make yourself to home here in the holler. Natalie, 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 Natalie. That's a song I wrote for my mom, and I'm going to get it right one of these days. I got to put it close. So as we keep working towards a better day for everybody, keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity, we need to stand up and speak out, speak against hatred and racism, speak out against treating people badly because they've been used for their labor for generations and not been given their rights. We need to speak up for them. And if we do get power back in Congress next year, we need to be working on changing the immigration laws in this country to help these people that have been here for generations. Find them a pathway to citizenship. De la Sierra Moreno, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo, de contrabando. Es el lunar que tiene, cielito lindo, junto a la boca. No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo, que a mí me toca. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. De la Sierra Moreno, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo, de contrabando. Ese lunar que tienes, cielito lindo, junto a la boca. No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo, que a mí me toca. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Ay, 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 everybody, canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Well, I'm getting better. I had a thing a few weeks ago where I was singing down the octave, but excuse me. That's right. So we got to keep working towards equal rights for everybody. You know, there's some people that just want to have a ruling class and a servant class in this country. That's what they've wanted. Many of these people, these rich people, what they've wanted since the beginning of this country. And we've been working against those bullies since the very beginning of this country, since the Independence Day 249 years ago. We've been working against those people that would like only rich white guys who own property to have power. And we've been saying, no, everybody deserves the same rights in this country, no matter your race or your religion, your ethnicity, your beliefs, your gender, whether you're rich or poor, whether you're unhoused or housed, whether you're able-bodied or disabled, no matter who you love. We all have the same rights in this country, and we need to keep standing up for those rights, keep pushing forward, keep saying everybody has a voice in our democracy that's here, and keep working to a better democracy, because there are those who want to keep control and make sure that only rich people have a vote in this country and poor people don't have a say. That's why we have almost 5% of our population that have been living in the shadows for generations. That's right, almost 5%. If you figure the population of the country is 340 million, then half of that is 17 million. So if you got 15 million undocumented people, you got almost 5% of your population that have been living in the shadows and not been given their rights, not been part of our democracy, and we need to help them be a part of our democracy. keep speaking out and peacefully protesting. And that's the beautiful thing about this country. We all can have different beliefs and different thoughts. You can believe in your religion, and you can believe in yours, and you can believe in none at all, and you can believe they're all crazy. And you can believe that I'm going to hell and you're going to heaven. And you can believe that I have demons, but you can't try and squeeze them out of me or burn them out of me. You can pray for me, that's fine. Use your prayers and thoughts if you want to change people. And you can speak to people and talk about what you want, what you think the world needs to be. But everybody has a right to do that in this country. And they have a right to disagree with you. And we need to stand up for those people who we disagree with. Stand up for their right to peacefully protest and speak their minds. That's right. We need to keep speaking out and use your First Amendment rights. Hey, I want to say the First Amendment of our Constitution again. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. And that's what I'm doing here tonight. I know there aren't a lot of people that are listening to me air my grievances, but there are some out there, and there are some that walk by. I wanted to be able to hear myself sometimes, so I come a little after things die down. It's not like things have been crazy here on the promenade for a while. Were there a lot of people here this weekend? Ethan? Was it busy here this weekend? Were you down here? Yeah. It was some stuff going on. You want to tell the people about this weekend? Is there anything that you thought was interesting?
No, there were just a lot of people.
There were a lot of people?
The Pride thing, about a week ago, there was a lot of people.
No, I know, but for 4th of July, were there people protesting? Was there much going on down here in Santa Monica? On the promenade? No. Did you see some fireworks?
No.
I heard a lot driving home on Friday night. I heard a lot of fireworks, booms in the air every which way. It was kind of like driving through a war zone or something. But it was overcast here on Friday night. So, but the Constitution, it talks about making things more perfect. Keep working to make things better in this country. We don't need to settle. Some people say, don't talk about race. Don't talk about race because we've already fixed that in this country. No, we haven't. There's a reason why it's 8 times more likely for a young black man to go to prison than a young white man in the United States of America. And what's worse, it's 10 times more likely for a young black man to go to prison than a young white man in California. I don't know how that happened. Well, and then it is also, we only have 6% of our population here in California are black or African American, and 30% of our homeless population are black or African American. So we need to do better. We need to help lift people out of poverty. We need to make sure we spend more on public education and stand up for the rights of everybody in this country. And keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about hope. It's about joy. It's about bring some home to little girls and boys. It's about joy. It's about hope. It's about enough hope to keep 'em off the dope. 'Cause when the hope and the joy are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about joy. It's about hope. Hey, speaking of peace and love, I think today is Ringo Starr's birthday, isn't it? It's about 86, is that right? Ringo Starr, he's all about peace and love. I hope he's spreading it wherever he is. It's about peace, it's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love, it's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. 'Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace, it's about love. It's about you, it's about me. It's about you and me working towards equality. It's about me, it's about you. It's about saying Black Lives Matter too. 'Cause when you and me are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about you, it's about me. Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Se trata de paz y amor. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Hevenu shalom aleichem. Hevenu shalom aleichem. Hevenu shalom aleichem. Hevenu shalom, shalom, shalom aleichem. It's about peace, it's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love, it's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. 'Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace, it's about love, love, love. Hey, it's all about love. Hey, hey. That's right, Ringo Starr's birthday, I believe today, July 7th. She was just 39, same age as mine, but the way she looked was way beyond compare. Well, I'll never dance with another, ooh, when I saw her standing there. Well, she looked at me and I could see that before too long I'd fall in love with her. Well, I'll never dance with another, ooh, when I saw her standing there. Well, my heart went boom when I crossed that room and I held her hand in mine. Well, we danced through the night and we held each other tight, and before too long I'd fall in love with her. Well, I'll never dance with another, woo, when I saw her standing there. Well, my heart went boom when I crossed that room and I held her hand in mine. Well, we danced through the night and we held each other tight, and before too long I'd fall in love with her. Well, I'll never dance with another, woo, when I saw her standing there. When I saw her standing there. When I saw her standing there. Woo! Well, that's right. Happy birthday, Ringo Starr. Peace and love. Here's a peace song by Stevie Wonder. Staring right at 2025 AD. I changed the numbers. As if man's atrocities toward man had no history. But just a glance at 2025 BC, we see traces of man's inhumanity to man. It's no mystery. All for one for. There's no way we'll reach our greatest heights unless we heed the call. Me for you, you for me. There's no chance for world salvation unless conversation is peace. We can't stand, watch, and say, no, this can't be. When there's a plan by any means for the cleansing of one's ethnicity. Thank you. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. Thank you very much.
Make sure you let someone take it.
Oh, thank you. Please. We can't stand, watch, and say, no, this can't be. What the plan by any means for the cleansing of one's ethnicity. And we shouldn't act as though we neither hear nor see. Like the Holocaust of 6 million Jews, 150 million blacks during slavery. One for all for one. There's no way we'll reach our greatest heights unless we heed the call. Me for you, you for me. There's no chance for world salvation unless conversation is peace. Whether publicly or privately clean, may love, positivity, and life's preservation be the basic theme. And should you give your trust to some prophet in life, give him trust, but your faith must stay with the one who paid the ultimate sacrifice. All for one for. There's no way we'll reach our greatest heights unless we heed the call. Me for you, you for me. There's no chance for world salvation unless conversation is peace. All for one for all. There's no way we'll reach our greatest heights unless we heed the call. Me for you, you for me. There's no chance for world salvation unless conversation is peace. Conversation, conversation, peace. Conversation, conversation, peace. Conversation, conversation, peace. Hmm. Stevie Wonder, Conversation Piece, 2002. Not too many people know that song. I thought it was just fantastic when it came out. I can only give you love that lasts forever, and a promise to be near each time you call, and a love that's burning light will warm the winter's night, that's all. I can only give you country walks in springtime, and a hand to hold when summer showers are through, and a love that's burning light will warm the winter night, that's all. That's all. There are those, I am sure, who have told you they would give you the world for a toy. All I have are these arms to enfold you, and a love time will never destroy. If you wonder what I'm asking in return, dear, you'll be glad to know the my demands are small. Say it's me that you'll adore for now and evermore, that's all. Are the stars out tonight? I can't tell if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you, dear. The moon may be high, but I can't see a thing in the sky, 'cause I only have eyes for you. I don't know if we're in a garden or on a crowded avenue. You are here, so am I. Maybe millions of people go by, but they all disappear from view. And I only have eyes for you. lover, when I'm near you and I hear you speak my name softly in my ear, you breathe a flame. Lover, when we're dancing and glancing in my eyes, till love's own entrancing music dies. All of my future is in you. You're every plan I design. Say that you'll always continue to be mine. Lover, please be tender when your tender fears depart. Lover, I surrender to my heart. Lover, when we're dancing, keep on glancing in my eyes, till love's own entrancing music dies. They say the devil is in you, and to resist you I try. But if you didn't continue, I would die. Lover, please be tender when your tender fears depart. Thank you, peace. Lover, I surrender to my heart. Lover, when we're dancing, keep on glancing in my eyes, till love's own entrancing music dies. Lover, please be tender when we're tender fears depart. Lover, I surrender to my heart. The evening trees caress the breeze tenderly. The trembling breeze caress the trees tenderly. How you doing? Good to see you. You and I. Good to see you, Ellie. Have a great night, lovely. Oh, passing by and lost in the sigh were we. The shore was kissed by sea and mist tenderly. I can't forget how lovers met breathlessly. How you doing? Good to see you. Your arms opened wide and wrapped me inside. You lips. You took my love so tenderly. Sing a love song, asleep in my bed. Will you be the tune that runs through my head? Thank you, peace. Good to see you, David. I'll see you guys in a few weeks. And if I'm not returning for years till I die, will you lift up your hand and save me with your lullabies? Carry my sorrows, carry my joys, fill my tomorrows, keep me from noise. If I leave tomorrow without any word, will you understand the voice that I heard? And if I'm not returning for years till I die, will you lift up my hand and save me with your lullabies? Carry my sorrows, carry my joys, fill my tomorrows, keep me from noise. Well, my brother Rob sent me, sweet brother Rob, sent me a clip of me singing this next song, written by Charlie Chaplin, Smile. It was very sweet of him. Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile your pain and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through. For you just light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll see that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. See, sometimes you just gotta smile your way through it, even when the chords, when you're hitting the wrong chords and the sirens are blaring. You gotta keep smiling. Even when we're in some rough times right now, some people are really having it rough and some people aren't. We gotta think of those people that have been through the terrible things over there in Texas, and all the people trying to keep moving forward when hard times come. Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. When you smile through your pain and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through. For you just light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll see that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. When there's a cloud in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your pain and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through. For you just light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll see that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Well, we'll keep working towards a better day. Keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. Housing the homeless. Common sense gun laws. Good public education. Good quality health care. We got to keep telling them, raise taxes on the rich. Raise taxes on the rich. Raise taxes on the rich. We just gotta narrow the gap a little bit. You see, narrow it a little bit so that poor people don't have to sleep in the streets while rich people have space races. We don't have to take away every penny they have, but we can do a lot better than what we're doing in this country. We've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. We have to keep working towards a better day for everybody. Stand up for human rights. Stand up for the rights of those who've been used for their labor for generations and not been given their rights. Hey, hey! Para bailar la bamba, para bailar la bamba se necesita un poco de gracia. Un poco de gracia para mi partida, arriba, arriba. Ay, arriba, arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Bamba, 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 bamba. Oh, shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Come on, baby. Work it on out. I twist so good. I twist so fine. Come on and twist a little closer, baby. Let me know that you're mine. Para bailar la bamba. Para bailar la bamba se necesita un poco de gracia. Un poco de gracia para mi partida, arriba, arriba. Ay, arriba, arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Bamba, 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 bamba. So we'll keep working towards a better day. Spread the peace and love. I'm gonna go see my mom. I might do a live stream from Wichita. We'll see. Maybe I can get my mom to sing something. My song is just a song, just a dream to sing along to, a dream that can't be sold for silver or for gold, but something you can hold in the part of your heart that cries in the night and longs for the day when something goes right, and yearns for loving arms to hold you tight, sweet dreams and restful nights. I sing you a sunny day. I sing your worries all away. I sing you loving arms to hold you tight, sweet dreams and restful nights. I sing you a sunny day. I sing your worries all away. I sing you loving arms to hold you tight, sweet dreams and restful, peaceful nights. Peace and love. Ethan, you have anything to say to everybody?
We'll see you. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We will see you back here again on the 3rd Street Promenade in a few weeks. Also, let's start putting let's get all these people who have so much money and let's get them to start putting their money towards helping build housing to get people off the street. That'd be so great. Stop giving the wealthy tax breaks, and start making them pay their fair share of taxes.
All right.